All right, we're here with Gerardo. He just came back from Nationals. Tell us how the event went, man.
The event ran very smoothly. I ended up being in top 4, which gets me my invite to Worlds, so I will be a Worlds competitor this year.
Yo, congrats, bro. Like, congrats.
Yeah, it's truly a blessing. I mean, from the time I got there to the time I left, it was just full of people giving me support, cheering me on as I played, and it really was an experience for me. So I was really blessed to be able to attend this event and really do well.
How many people were there?
It was over 3,000 players that went to this event.
How was day one?
Day one was really good for me. I finished day one X1-1. Going into day two, I lost the first round of day two, which was a little bit discouraging, but I did benefit from it because unfortunately I played my good friend Alberto, and he was playing Vanquish Soul, which I played incorrectly. And after the match, he told me exactly what I was doing wrong and how can I improve against that matchup. And it actually really benefited me because in top 16, I played against Vanquish Soul again, and I took everything that he told me and implemented it, and I did really well in that matchup.
Yeah. Were there any decks out there that gave you a hard time?
I mostly played against Kashtira and Runic variants. Every Runic deck, whether it was Furhire, Sprite, Evil Twin, at the end of the day, they're all Runic decks, so it was just the same game plan each time. But the only other deck that I didn't play outside of those two was Dragon Link, Vanquish Soul, and Pearly. And I'd probably say Vanquish Soul was probably the toughest one, just because that's the one that I lost to, but I did learn from it, so that was a benefit.
Did they give you a lunch?
No, there was no lunch breaks.
No lunch breaks?
No, not at all.
All right, well, let's tell us about the deck.
Well, it was Kashtira. I decided to take Kashtira, but the only thing that's different is instead of going first, I elected to go second. I won a lot of dice rolls, which is unfortunate but fortunate at the same time because I knew I was going to go second, but it did give away information because my opponents knew I wanted to go second, so they didn't commit to the board as much.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, let's check it out, dude.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and start off. We played 3 Fenrirs, 2 Unicorns, 2 Rice Hearts, and the Scareclaw Kashtira. Those are the only Scareclaw monsters that we play in this deck. The other monsters that we play in this deck are just hand traps. We decided to go with the 3 Ash, and we decided to go with Shifter. But overall, the best monster this entire weekend was the main deck Prankatops. Every time I saw this card, I won that game. It was just very strong for what it did. It complements having a Rise Heart up. It complements having any other Kashtira because it's level 7. And even if you go Kashtira board first and you have this and you haven't commit your normal summon, as long as you have a Birth lets you cheat out any level 7 to be normal summon, which Prankatops is. So it's always just available for you at any time of the game. If we jump into the spells, for our normal spell lineup for Cash, we decided to go with 3 Theosis, 3 Birth, and 3 Planet. To help get to those cards, we went with the 3 Pots and the Terraforming. The rest of the deck from this point on is just going second cards and what I thought was going to be good in the main. We ended up going with 3 Dark Ruler No More in the main, 2 Lightning Storms, a Harpy's Feather Duster, 3 Imperms, and 3 Evenlies. As you can see, we played a total of 19 going second cards. So hopefully we always saw one every game. Fortunately we did, and the deck performed exactly what it was supposed to do. So I was very happy with the deck list. There's nothing in the main deck that I would change here. When it comes to the extra deck, I used every card in my extra deck this weekend except for Natis. Natis is the only card that could have been anything else. It could have been a wagon. It could have been another rank 7. But I decided to go with Natis just in case they out the Rice Heart while having a board. At least it got some kind of value with it. The other fusion we play is the 1 Garura. For our links, we did go with the Infinitrack and the Donner. And then for our synchros, we have Omega and Barone. Just helps you out when you have a Unicorn and Ash. You can just follow up and making a Rise Heart and Barone, and that alone will win you the majority of your games. For our rank 7s, we decided to go with Dark Arm and Master of Blades. This card isn't that popular in most Kashtira extra deck. A lot of people are leaning towards the Infinitrack rank 7. I decided to go with Master of Blades just because I expected to play Runic. I knew that was going to be a very represented deck. And against the Runic matchup, this card alone will beat them just because all of their Runic cards have to target. This card can negate it and pop something else as well. So not only are you negating their Runic spell, but you also have an opportunity at destroying Fountain, getting rid of it from the board. Draco Sack, 1 Big Eye, it's pretty standard. Double Shang, a Rice Heart, and we have 2 Zeus. Like I said, we used every card in the extra deck this weekend except for Natis. Really happy about that. And lastly is the side. For the side, I decided I wanted to go with 15 going first cards. For Kashtira mirror matches, I believe that whoever has more Book of Moons usually will win that matchup. So I decided to go with the 3 Book of Moons, and I decided to go with 3 Daruma Cannons. Now, I know this isn't a book, but this has the same implementations as Book of Eclipse without the drawback of them drawing. Against my day 2 opponent, he was playing Live Twin Runic. He had a board full of Link monsters, and this card actually became a Raigeki on their turn, so this was actually a lot better than I had anticipated it to be. Lastly, we have 3 Solemn Judgment, 3 Summon Limits, and 3 Dimensional Barrier. In the side deck, I use every card but Dimensional Barrier. This is mostly meant for branded. It's just pretty much an auto win when you call Fusion. But yeah, I was really happy with the side deck. I would just change the D barriers. I'd probably play either Enemy Controller or maybe even some Cosmic Cyclones. But that was it for the deck profile. I do have a couple shout outs. First and foremost, shout out to my Team Jobber, and also to Team Area 51 TCG. Great place to play locals. It's my home locals. And my last shout out is going to be to Team Area 50, or not Team Area 51, Team First or Last. They're from Sacramento. They're a great group of guys as well. Special shout outs to Dale, David, Dan, Adrian, and Corey for helping me test for this event and preparing me for, and are going to prepare me for Worlds. So really happy, really hope to bring that championship back to the good old USA.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to see what you have out there at Worlds, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You guys will be playing with the different ban lists and stuff, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see
It's
what
a
you got.
conjoined list, no exclusives, so OCG can't use their exclusive, CG can't use their exclusive, so it's definitely going to be a different game, definitely going to be a great experience, so hopefully I can perform well and bring that championship home.
That's awesome, man. Congrats again, and good luck, man.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks, buddy.